Hey, it's Avi Patel, and today I have the 2017 Audi A4. I kind of want to explain to you guys kind of the used car market behind this car. This is probably one of the best cars you can get bang for buck for reliability, driving, and really just comfort. It really has everything you want for pretty cheap prices nowadays. This particular model is a Premium Plus model. It's equipped with Quattro, so it is four-wheel drive, and this is the mid-range. So there's three main trim levels, which is Premium, Premium Plus, and Prestige. Uh, there's a very small amount of Ultras. They're called Ultra Premiums, and those are only available with front-wheel drive, and they actually make a little less horsepower. I think they make 201 horsepower, and they get better gas mileage though. And this car, surprisingly not, could be optioned with a 6-speed manual, which is really interesting for a German car from this era. So the Ultra Premium is the cheapest one you can buy and the most fuel efficient, and also the slowest. The next mark up is Premium. That basically you can option with Quattro, but it's also standard with front wheel drive. Couple things with the Premium is you get, I think, a 12 speaker sound system. Headlights are xenon. There's no driver's assistance. Uh, you don't get no really active safety systems except Audi Presense. And moving up from Premium is the Premium Plus, the most common version of the car. That will give you some pretty notable upgrades right off the bat. I think it's about $3,000. You get full xenon headlights. You have the option to get ventilated seats if you have the first edition package, like this vehicle right here. To differentiate the first edition package, the rims right there. Easiest way to tell. Premium Plus also gives you the upgraded 12.3 inch infotainment, which I will show you guys later on, and an 8-inch MMI system. It also comes with a 19 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, which is really, really nice. Moving from the Ultras into the Premium, Premium Plus, and Prestige, you actually get the upgraded horsepower figures with 255 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. It's connected to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, so shifts are lightning fast. Moving along, this car gives a pretty good gas mileage, around 28 or 29 combined. That's kind of pretty much it for the exterior. The Prestige model is where you get like the real goodies like ambient lighting, heads-up display, and the option to do a full driver's assistance package. That includes lane departure warning, active lane keep assist, and adaptive cruise control. But it's really hard to find the Prestige models in the used market, and they tend to be a lot more expensive just because those were custom order cars. This is your most common variation other than the first edition package. The first edition package also gives you what is really cool, a flat bottom steering wheel and ventilated seats. You can only option it out with the black leather though, sadly. That's kind of the overview of this vehicle right here, and we'll talk more about the interior in a second. Alright, this is the interior of the 2017 Audi A4. Getting in, first you can mention is these are the optional sport seats. They do come with manual thigh extensions, and getting into this car, this does have the optional 12.3-inch display, and this is the 8-inch MMI I was talking about when you get the Premium Plus. This is the first edition package, so let's move back. It comes with a flat bottom steering wheel, and it comes with ventilated seats. This car does have 3-zone climate control. Does have parking sensors. This one does not come with a 360 camera. I did forget to mention the Prestige does come with a 360 camera. All come with auto start stop, and this just turns off the screen. We can actually start up the car for you. Take a look. This is kind of how it looks right here. Really nice. It's crazy that this is in a 2017 model, fully digital. You can actually pull up your map here in a second. Give it a sec. Oh, all these things. And just give it a sec for the map to pull up. It does come with Apple CarPlay. I have a little receiver here that makes it wireless. And you see here we have heated and ventilated. These are not cooled. Those are two different things. Cooled seats actually bring up cool air like an AC. Ventilated sucks the air so you don't sweat. As you can see here, we also have auto dimming mirrors on all sides. Lights, you can just tap right here to turn it on. If it works, there we go. Cool here. This is all actually an AC. This is like a diffuser. You can change it right here. This is touch sensitive, as you can see, which is really cool. This right here is just a diffuser. You can close it or open it. Right now it's on open, so we'll diffuse the air. As you can see, I did install the full ambient lighting. There's a review. It's right here as well. And this car comes with an optional 19 speaker system. As you can see, speakers everywhere. And the speaker is phenomenal. I think it's 755 watts. You see speakers just everywhere throughout. I think there's 11 speakers up front and one subwoofer that's 8 inches on the rear deck. As you can see, this is the gear selector. It's a little untraditional, but pretty simple. Foot on the brake, reverse, drive, and just barely tap for neutral. This right here is the rear camera, and you have full sensors front and back. This does have rear cross traffic alert, so if a car is coming behind you when you're going out of a Walmart parking lot, it will automatically brake for you to avoid an accident. Some other things about this car is the back seats. This car does not have the cold weather package. If it did, it'd come with the heated steering wheel, which isn't an option if you have flat bottoms on really any Audi. So you couldn't really get it on this car. Moving to the back, these are the back seats. Since this came with the ventilated seats, all seats are perforated. If it doesn't have ventilation, it would just be standard black like this right here. And since this does not have the cold weather package, you do not have rear heated seats, but it is an option. So that's pretty much the interior on this car. Now we can go for a drive. All right, so we've talked about the exterior and the interior. Now it's time to talk about the driving dynamics of the car. On the first part of our test, we are going to be doing the dynamic, kind of just the dynamics of the car and how much it can handle. So I did say this is stage 1 with a couple of upgrades to it. So this car makes around 350 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. All right, so this is the dynamics part of the test right here. I'm just going to take it down and just kind of explain how this car drives. There are kind of like a couple upgrades to this car. So it's on spacers. This is my personal car. It's stage 1, and like I mentioned, it does have a couple of performance upgrades, but it just not even full throttle. It handles pretty amazingly through these corners, and it's very exciting to drive. Like, and sounds quite phenomenal to drive. So I will say that we are laughing and smiling. Just kind of unbelievable how well the car does drive. There goes a cyclist, almost hit him. But this car just brings a smile to your face. Turning is really good. Audis are known to kind of, I believe, understeer into corners just because of the weight distribution. But this car does have a couple modes. It has, if you point right here, this is the drive select menu. We have comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. For that, we can put it in dynamic. And when we put it in dynamic, the car's transmission and engine switches into sports mode. And the steering actually tightens up to give you a better feel and more feedback on the road. So kind of nice. And the sounds, I don't know if you can hear them or not with the mic, but they sound really good. And this is a dual clutch system here. That is 50 miles per hour right there. Kind of crazy from a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. It is all-wheel drive, so even in the rain, you could full throttle it and nothing really happens. So really, really cool car. Definitely recommend an APR or Unitronic aftermarket ECU tuning, though. This doesn't have no TCU tuning, but the those are some of the dynamics of driving this car in sport mode. And if you don't have the heated steering wheel like myself, you can actually customize this button right here on the steering wheel to change your sport modes, or I'm sorry, your dynamic modes. So we click this twice, and we're in comfort mode. The car kind of quiets down and just becomes like a smooth rider, really. Uh, the steering softens up, and we're about to go on a road right here and show you how that is. All right, now we're kind of in the mix of city and highway driving. We live by a school, so there's always a lot of traffic. This particular model doesn't have adaptive cruise control, so there's no testing for that here today. I do have lane keep assist, but it only really works around 45 miles per hour. I could probably show you on the way back to the highway. But overall driving, car is extremely comfortable, really quiet. This is actually one of the most quiet cars for interior installation. Back in 2017, it was, I believe, the second quietest car behind the Rolls-Royce Phantom for decimals. Another thing with the Prestige model is the windshield is extra glazed, so it's even quieter. And it has a special type of film on it for the heads-up display. So that's a cool little thing. I actually had a rock chip in my car, so I actually got the Prestige windshield in the car, and definitely notable on wind noise. This car is extremely quiet, and we have no music at all. And I'd say it's pretty silent in here. And driving this car on the highway, you could be doing 100 miles per hour, and it's buttery smooth. But this is city driving right now, and we're in comfort mode. And I have to say, it's the perfect daily driver. And you can see it's got a really good mix of performance and comfort. So really can't go wrong with that here. Another thing with the Prestige model, they discontinued it now for the like MMI. But before, you can actually, for supported cities, the red light, it could count down when the red light would turn red or when the light would turn green. And it just show up on your MMI display right here. Right now we have the map pulled up. I can click this view button and it will drop the gauges and it'll actually expand the view of the map. If I did have that connectivity feature, the map would actually be Google Earth. So it's really, really cool. But sadly, they discontinued it just because this is an older car. But the newer ones, 2020, I believe, which is the B9.5 platform, is where they actually have like the 3D Google map. So that's kind of cool. Next is kind of, I can do like a little sound clip here for you. This is not a touchscreen. You have to use the MMI. Really cool. It's really easy to use. A lot of people do prefer the touchscreen though. This is the 19 speaker system. We can only play a little sound clip. I would say it's super crisp, and the bass in the car is very, very good. It's so good that it will actually shake the outside of the door. If you put your hand on the door, you could feel it violently shaking. It's quite impressive, I must say. And for a car that in today's market you can get for about $20,000 to $25,000 for, with close to 40 to 80,000 miles, just in that big range, this car you cannot really can't compete with it. And reliability for the EA888 engine is super, super good. It's using the Golf, and this uses the IS20 turbo in it, if you guys are familiar. So super, super reliable engine. Moving up to the S3 kind of, which is one step below, but performance factor is up one. That is an IS38 turbo, so it does sound different, and the reliability is a little different if you heard anything about it. But this car is super reliable, and right now we're kind of at the beautiful campus of UTK. This is how the campus looks on a beautiful day. Don't be fooled though, it's sunny, but it's 45 degrees out and we are freezing taking this video. But that's pretty much kind of it. This car does have auto start stop. People don't like it. I like it. I have no issue. What's really cool is it only turns on if I put my foot really hard on the brake. If I lightly only have my foot on the brake, it won't turn on. So if I know I'm anticipating a turn, I can just lightly press on the brake so it won't turn off the car. So I can have that quickness and swiftness that I need. Um, Other than that, this car doesn't have the massaging seats. If you upgrade to the S4, it does have massaging seats, which is, it's whatever. It's pretty nice though. I will say, uh, comfort though is phenomenal. The steering is a little heavier than what you'd be used to. I've driven the new Q5s and their steering is just super, super light. I really don't know why the A4s is heavy, but it does definitely give a dynamic feeling. This car also, I forgot to mention, is optioned pretty heavily. This actually has the sports suspension, so it's a little less comfortable, but turning in and everything, you can feel it a lot better. So that's kind of it on the interior. So thanks for watching.